The anime begins by showing a man who appears to be heading toward a castle occupied by the demon queen. When he got there, the man was greeted by 5 people. They were the demon queen named Echidna, sitting on her throne, while 4 other people were standing on her right and left. The 4 of them were known as the 4 pillars of the demon queen. The pillar 1 was a man named Edwald, who was a dragon general. Melns, a half-demon who is pillar 2, who has the nickname General Without Shadow, while pillar 3 is Lily, who is the general of the beasts. And the last pillar, Steina, who is the magician general. The man facing them was a former hero named Leo Demonheart. There, he expressed his intention to join the demon army. Leo's wish was, of course, rejected by Echidna, and she told him to leave. This refusal did not necessarily make Leo give up. He then once again pleaded with the 4 pillars of the demon queen to accept him. The 4 then agreed to listen to Leo and took him to a meeting room. In the meeting room, Leo recounted his past as a former hero who had fought many wars and was known to be proficient in using multiple weapons. He also explained why he wanted to stop being a hero and instead join the demon army. He said that the people did not warmly welcome him as a hero when he defeated the demon queen's army. People actually looked at him with eyes full of suspicion, surprise, fear, and cynicism. They are afraid of his existence, who has defeated the demon queen's army alone. Even the people label him as a very dangerous person. The community even agreed to hire assassins to kill Leo because he was considered dangerous. Of course, the assassin can easily be defeated by Leo. The culmination of the incident was the people who asked the king to expel Leo from the city. Since then, Leo decided to stop being a hero and join the devil's forces. Hearing Leo's explanation, the 4 pillars decided to make him an intern. While being an intern, there are several requirements that he must comply with. Leo will get an internship opportunity for 1 month and will be monitored directly with Steina. If his performance is satisfactory, then he will be appointed as a permanent employee, and vice versa. If his work does not produce results, then Steina will expel him. In addition, Leo is also required to keep his membership a secret from Queen Echidna, and he must use various magic to hide so as not to be caught by the queen. The next day was Leo's first day as an intern. Leo observed that the state of the demon kingdom there was very poor. Many high-ranking demons returned to the demon world to recuperate. Therefore, the task of the higher-ups of the demons would be left to the 4 surviving pillars. But among the 4 pillars, only Steina mastered her work. As a result, she also felt overwhelmed by the task assigned to her. Leo started his job by asking for Steina's to-do list. He chose which furnace to refill from the list and asked for 2.5 hours to do the job. A moment later, Leo changed his costume into a war cloak, so Echidna wouldn't know his whereabouts. Leo then left Steina's room with a new name and identity ready. 30 minutes later, Leo was seen re-entering Steina's room and sitting on a long chair. It turned out that Leo had done his job. He then lay down on the long chair. Steina, who saw this, reprimanded Leo and told him to get to work immediately and help with his other work, but Leo refused Steina's request and chose to rest. When Steina pulled Leo's body up, Leo seemed to use gravity magic, making him even more difficult to lift. In the middle of the argument, suddenly Steina's room was knocked by a girl. Apparently, the girl had come to give her the heirloom that Leo had given her. That time, Leo introduced himself as Lord Knight Onyx. Leo apparently duplicated the heirloom that Steina used to replenish mana. As a result, completing mana refills had to be completed by several people and done in a short amount of time. Steina was surprised by Leo's ingenuity, which she had never thought of. And from then on, the tasks that could only be done by one Steina could be done by several people. Leo then ordered the girl to form a team and take turns refilling the mana furnace. This time, Leo managed to show his intelligence by shortening and simplifying Steina's work. Leo then showed her the list of Steina's jobs he had marked. Apparently, Leo had been observing Steina's work and evaluating her work methods. The task that Leo marked was judged to be able to be handed over to Steina's subordinates. Steina then apologized for her attitude to Leo and for not trusting him. She then openly asked Leo for help. The next day, Steina told Leo that Lily was currently working on a logistics mission to Largo. The The mission is very important and must not fail in the slightest. Steina felt a little worried because Lily was still a child. She then asked Leo to help supervise Lily in handling the logistics of supplies. But Leo was forbidden to help Lily because Steina wanted Lily to develop and be reliable. Leo complied with Steina's request and he followed Lily to Largo. Arriving at Largo, Steina's suspicions come true when Leo finds Lily running a race with her subordinates. Lily also doesn't seem to take advantage of her subordinates according to the skills of each race of them. Because of that, Leo decided to step in and make Lily aware of the importance of cooperation and taking advantage of each race. Leo then deliberately got himself bitten by a venomous snake. He then asked Lily to help take the healing plants to the top of the mountain. The road to the top of the mountain has been set up with various obstacles for Lily to pass, so she must cooperate with her subordinates in overcoming these obstacles. When Lily went to the top of the mountain, she suddenly transformed into a very strong giant wolf, and she could overcome several obstacles without the help of others. Finally, Lily was faced with a fairly heavy obstacle because she had to cross between two cliffs that were far apart. In front of the cliff suddenly came a male poet who introduced himself as Godheart. The man turned out to be Leo in disguise. Godheart then advised Lily to ask her subordinates for help, and Lily seemed to agree with this. When Lily asked her subordinates for help, they advised her to go down the cliff and climb up from below. As a result, Lily could solve all these obstacles without the help of a single person. Leo then realized that his plan had failed, but as it turned out, it didn't completely fail. Lily realized it would be easier to do her job if she asked someone else for help. Lily, who had realized this, then reorganized her team and hired them all according to their respective advantages. The next day, Leo, disguised as Lord Knight Onyx, was summoned by Echidna. Echidna said that she had heard of Steina's amazing performance and didn't seem to recognize that the person before her was Leo. Queen Echidna intended to entertain Leo with various sumptuous dishes to thank him. She then immediately took off the helmet Leo was wearing, and Leo quickly used magic to change his face. Echidna then tells the reason why she is fighting the human world. Surprisingly, Echidna did not intend to rule the world, but she wanted to seize the Hermit Stone. Leo asked Echidna what she would do with the Hermit Stone. Echidna replies that she wants to manifest miracles in the demon world. She says that her hometown's demon world is very scary and contains vast and barren land. There is no sunlight, the plants are barren, the air is dirty, and even the water is muddy. Every day the demon clan always fights for the available natural resources. With the Hermit Stone, she wanted to create a devil's world that was illuminated by the sun and flowed a large beautiful river, and it is said that the Hermit Stone was able to make this happen. Echidna just wanted to create a comfortable world for her people. Leo judged that Echidna was a benevolent demon queen because she cared about the welfare of her people. Echidna then ordered her subordinates not to commit futile killings. In the middle of their chat, Steina and Lily suddenly appeared. They brought a letter containing Meln's and Edwald's resignation from the demon army. In the letter, they stated that they would go wandering and were advised not to look for them. The letter also wrote their regret for not being able to lead their subordinates well. A few moments later, Leo appeared to approach Melns and invite him to talk. He asked the reason why Melns suddenly withdrew from the demon army. Melns replied that it turned out that it was time for him to interview prospective new employees to become his subordinates in 3 days. As a boss who will have subordinates, Melns feels that he must be able to communicate fluently, enthusiastically, and impressively. However, Melns feels he is incapable of these 3 things because of his quiet and introverted nature. This is what makes him decide to leave the demon army. Melns suddenly asked Leo to be his communication teacher for the next 3 days. Leo is willing to become his communication teacher and provides short training for him to communicate well. Leo then asked Melns to put the knowledge he had given into practice by asking him to interview him. Melns then asked Leo what his reason for joining the demon army was. Unknowingly, Leo tells his past, where he used to have a duty to protect humanity. At the time of the heyday of industrial civilization and witchcraft was still not widespread, the capital was still called Tokyo. Suddenly, appear a portal connecting the demon world and the human world in the middle of the city of Tokyo. demons appeared and invaded the human world, and humans united to defeat them. Humans also created a biological weapon called the Demon Hard series, which consists of 12 units. One of them who still survives to this day is Leo Demon Hard. Since then, Leo has been tasked with protecting humans and saving the world. In other words, he has been a hero for 3,000 years, and now the people betray him and even want to kill him. Even so, Leo was happy because, for the first time, he had the opportunity to stop being a hero. He continues that he wants to spend the rest of his time doing the things he loves. Hearing Leo's story, Melns was confused as to why Leo told him all that. Leo closed the story with his seriousness about spending his time joining the demon army. After finishing solving the problem with Melns, Leo's focus shifted to Edwald. Edwald's resignation was apparently caused by his subordinates being defeated by a berserk chimera. Because of that, Edwald felt he had failed to nurture his subordinates. Hearing this, Leo, who has more than 3,000 years of experience, then gave himself advice to Edwald, and he finally realized his weakness and apologized to his subordinates. The scene then shows Leo's past where he meets a clever demon who can speak human known as Ibrad. Even though he is a demon, Ibrad is a good demon and wants to coexist with humans. At that time, Ibrad questioned the demon world and why a demon portal was opened in the human world. But unlike other humans, Leo seemed very calm in dealing with Ibrad's question, and Ibrad was confused because Leo was not human-like in general. After that, Leo took Ibrad to the containment squad. Leo then told Ibrad that he was created to fight demons and protect humans. Hearing Leo's story, Ibrad felt very sorry for Leo, who was born with a compulsion to protect humans. Still, after humans no longer need his protection, they will feel miserable and useless. Ibrad then said that the world is an evil place for Leo. Leo did not understand what Ibrad said at that time, but later, he fully realized what Ibrad meant. The scene then returns to the present. The demon army is holding an emergency meeting. This meeting followed up on closing the demon portal in the human world within 1 week. Therefore, Echidna had to determine the fate of the demon army within the next week. There are currently 2 options available. The first option is to disperse the army and return to the demon world. This meant the demon army had to split up because some weren't from the demon world. The second option was to mobilize the entire army and seize the Hermit Stone as soon as possible. Of the 2 choices, Echidna chose the second option because she was already desperate. Leo suddenly showed himself in front of Echidna and stopped his disguise. This made Echidna angry because the person who had been helping her all this time was Leo. The other 4 pillars then persuaded Echidna to accept Leo as he was doing well. Leo offers to help get them to the Hermit Stone so their mission can be completed. Hearing her subordinate's persuasion, Echidna then accepted Leo's offer. Leo then takes them on a journey to the location of the Hermit Stone on an iceberg. On the way, Leo told Echidna that there are 2 Hermit Stones in the human world. However, the Hermit Stone was not a magical tool that could grant any wish. The Hermit Stone is a relic of ancient Egyptian civilization and has a manual on how to use it. Leo tells Echidna that after they get the Hermit Stone, Echidna, as the demon queen, must make peace with the humans and work with the humans to find a manual for the Hermit Stone. Leo then told Echidna about his abilities, where he was created to grow fast. He is also able to imitate the abilities of enemies he has faced. Echidna didn't seem surprised by Leo's confession because he had managed to defeat her army the other day. They stopped at a point where Leo said that was where the Hermit Stone was, but they didn't see anything there. Leo then said that the Hermit Stone was inside him, which was the heart of a Demon Hard series. Leo decided to get out of the demon army in the presence of Echidna and the 4 pillars. He also said he would destroy humanity and burn the Hermit Stone manual. He then asked the demon troops to stop him, then seize the stone in him, and they would become heroes to the world. Hearing Leo's words, Echidna and the demon troops were confused, and in their confusion, Leo suddenly attacked them. They seemed to attack back Leo, but Leo, who was very strong, didn't seem to be scratched or injured at all because of the fight. Echidna and the other 4 pillars were defeated by Leo. But strangely, Leo didn't kill them all. Here, Steina realized that everything Leo was doing was a charade. He just wants to give meaning to his life, to become a villain after 300 years of being a heartless hero. He made Echidna and her 4 pillars kill him, and he would give them the Hermit Stone. Thus, Echidna and her 4 pillars will become heroes, and humans will coexist with humans. As the name implies, this magic is a special magic to be able to defeat Leo. The last scene was shown by Leo in the past, where he had been looking for someone who deserved to take his heart and continue his heroic work. The person who became the candidate was Echidna and her 4 pillars. That's why Leo entered the demon army to determine whether or not they deserved to take his demon heart's heart. The scene returns to the present, where Echidna's magic has been successfully activated. This magic is useful for binding Leo's power. When Leo's power is bound, it will allow Echidna and her 4 pillars to attack him. As a result of the attack, Leo seemed to have fallen, but this did not make him die. His body will regenerate as long as the Hermit Stone is still in him. Leo then asked Echidna to take the Hermit Stone, but Echidna failed to do it even though she had been obsessed with the stone. Echidna then rejects Leo's suggestion to become a hero to humans because she is actually a devil. The other 4 pillars also refused to take the Hermit Stone. Echidna then said exactly what Ibred said, that Leo should live according to what he wants because this is his life, and don't waste his life living someone else's orders. Echidna then invites Leo to join the demon army. After that fight, Leo finally carried out his duties as a demon employee under the leadership of Queen Echidna.